All right. Namaste and
Namaste.
welcome to another podcast of Tech Story. And this is for the business leader and by the business leaders in order to give you, motivate you, inspire you to make sure that you are succeeding in the age of digital transformation. If you are really excited, I have today an amazing guest with me. He is Mr. Carsten Ley. Carsten is the founder and CEO of Asia PMO. Asia PMO is one of the leading consulting company based out of PMO and doing incredible job in project management consulting, customer experience that is really top of the town, and most important, he is the founder and driving through the OKR. So Carsten, welcome to this Tech Story.
Thank you very much. Namaste and thank you very much.
Namaste, great. So warm welcome, and the audience says warm welcome to this program. So before we get started, Carsten, can you please let our audiences know that who you are, so that at least they can get a sense with whom they are speaking?
Yes, my name is Carsten Ley. I'm originally from Germany. In Germany, I worked for some banks like Citibanks and also 4 years for Deloitte Consulting, mainly in banking and finance and change management consulting. And after that, I worked for 1 to 2 years in Mexico. And after that, I moved to Vietnam. Since 9 years, I'm in Vietnam. I worked 2, 3 years as a project and customer experience manager in a local bank here. And then I moved on to Lazada, the biggest Southeast Asian e-commerce player, as a VP customer experience, and was in charge of the end-to-end customer experience on this e-commerce platform. And after my time with Lazada, me and my partner, Mr. Bruce Butler, we founded Asia PMO in Vietnam and in Singapore, focused first on our project experience, how to build up PMOs, how to do agile project management in order to help companies to deliver faster results. Also, OKRs more focused on the implementation and on the action management, that we measure the actions versus the key results. And then based on my experience in Lazada, also how to bring companies closer to what the customer wants with customer experience, and also what the teams need with employee experience. So this is a little bit of focus. The value proposition is really to go into organizations and get them aligned to produce results more frequent and more stable, and to have everybody with OKR, with project manager, everybody contributing to these
Yeah,
results.
yeah, yeah.
That's our value proposition. Yeah.
Great. So this is incredible. This is incredible, and I can see a lot of work you are doing into OKR. And if I see you are one of the OKR coach and an incredible leader, especially towards Singapore and Vietnam. So and where my audiences would be interested to know, I mean, today digital transformation is the talk of the town, and business leaders are driving to achieve the outcome, the business results. So from your experience, how do you see that business leaders can use, or OKR can help them to drive the business results and business outcome in digital transformation space?
I mean, OKR is a very adaptive tool, right? Where
Uh-huh.
we normally build a 3-month cycle, which goes also pretty much in hand what people normally do when they build something in digital transformation, which we call Scrum or Sprint. So
Yeah.
there's a huge alignment between agile methods like Scrum and Sprint and OKRs, and we can fully adapt that. The other thing is, nowadays, to really be on top of the market with digital transformation, you need to pull a lot of people together, and you need to pull a lot of resources together remotely. I mean, it's very seldom that a company, when they do digital transformation, that they all sit in one place, or their
Yeah.
consultants sit in
Yeah.
one place. And OKR can provide this alignment, the tracking of the results on a weekly basis, which is very important.
Uh-huh.
Also, the cultural transformation to fail fast but fail hard, right? because OKR is measuring your actions week by week against key results, and we can see if somebody goes in the wrong direction, which is not a problem because we can correct that very fast. Yeah. And also digital transformation is a change management program or change management need. So you need also have a tool where it's transparent, aligned for the people. What are you doing the next 3 months? Which part of the company will transform digitally, or where will you go with your products on the digital market? Yeah. The other thing where we see a very huge advantage of OKRs is that a lot of startups and also traditional companies
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
homegrown founders have sometimes really issues to focus.
Yeah.
Especially founders are so proud of their ideas and the way they work. They come every 4 to 6 weeks with a new idea, and they drive the
Yeah.
team crazy a little bit, right? Because the
Yeah.
team says, hey, you need to give us at least 3 to 6 months time to finish something before you come up with a new idea.
Yeah.
And that's also a protection, because on an OKR cycle can be 3 months, also 6 months. We really say these are the 3 to 5 priorities the
Yeah.
next quarter, and nor the management nor the employees just can change that like they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we see, that we really see have constant output. Yeah, and that's a little bit agile. Have constant output and let the people focus on this output rather than changing the strategies, ideas, and market approaches every 4 weeks based on ideas.
Yeah. Great. This is incredible. So, on your view, I mean, where digital transformation is going in big way, uh, I think what you suggested, that integrating, I mean, it's change management. So bringing OKR part of the change management will definitely help the business leader to align them top to bottom and bottom to top. At the same time, help them to be very much focused on the top priority for the next 3 to 6 months. That's how they can be moving into right direction, right, Cast?
Yes, yes.
Great.
And it also gives this common sense to work on something together
Yeah.
rather than and it protects from this previous silo thinking. The people fight between teams, the people blame teams, right? Whatever we do in OKRs is very result oriented, and
Yeah.
also the
Yeah.
performance measurement. And that's also part of the change management. We prefer to
Yeah.
keep the performance measurement on a team level and not on an individual level anymore, if
Got
it's
it.
possible, right? Because we say the team achieves something together. You are not chasing the individual for remote tasks here and there, right?
Great, this is incredible. So you know, right? This is tech story where we
Yes.
tell the complete stuff in the form of the story, and especially our audiences would be interested to know about the business use case. So, would you like to share, and in case if it's not really very confidential, to share any of the story where you might have integrated your customer experience and OKR in your some of the consulting project that will really inspiring for others?
Yeah. So one of our clients is ScratchPay. It's a loan-based market
Hmm.
platform in the US, which previously did loans for, or they connected loans for pet insurance when you have
Yeah.
problems when your pet is sick. But they are also started now with human insurance, so they are moving on. It's a startup, 3 to 4 years old, with around 150 people around the globe. And OKR helped us a lot in ScratchPay first because they all sit around the globe, and the founders and the strong base is in California. So the people sitting in California with the founders were always a little bit closer to the
Hmm.
ideas and what is happening next. And we try to
Yeah.
make that more democratic with OKRs, right? To bring everything which is important, especially versus innovation and new product and new developments, into the OKRs, and everybody is connected to the OKRs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the thing on the customer experience side, normally when you say you build 5 objectives, yeah,
Hmm.
it's in this company and also other clients we see that you come very fast up with a sales objective and with a productivity objective. These are very normal objectives, right? I mean, you want to sell more, you need to make money, you probably want to get internally more productive, right? But then we say, okay, one of your objectives should be customer experience related, where you either first spend 1 quarter to understand the market. Yeah. I mean, from customer experience, we are not big fans to jump immediately into improvement phase if you don't understand your market. So if customer experience is something new for you, you need what we call a little bit of preparation quarter. Yeah, that you say, okay, this quarter, I want to understand the market. I want to build some customer journeys. I want to define the main personas or the main B2B or B2C customers. And then out of this, we analyze and build key results and actions for the next quarter. Yeah. Um, Now, in the case of ScratchPay, they already have this kind of data. They're a very data-driven company and also feedback channels. So we already said, okay, based on the feedback you get from the customer, what can we improve? And these
Yeah.
are the objective was customer experience, and the key results are these improvements, right? Higher conversion rates, higher ratings
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
NPS, CSAT, a better pickup of new products, better cross-selling, right? I mean, these are all parameters or
Yeah.
recommendation and return rates. These are all parameters under customer experience.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
very easy to measure. And we always encourage when you build something, I mean, you have development or product OKRs, right? You
Yeah.
build a tool, you build a new product. And we always encourage in OKRs to ask why. Why do you build the product?
Yeah.
So the real key result is not the launch date, which a lot of
Yeah.
people think. The real key result is because you want to improve something for your customers or you want to sell more or anything like that. And that can be also measured. And that's the real success for us. And that's also the inspiring part. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And very similar on employee experience, right? Normally, employee experience is something a lot of companies do not come up with in the OKRs. So they are like, oh, we have to increase the productivity, we have to push more sales, we have to do something for the customer. And then normally in the OKR session, I'm always challenging the management or a wider management in the workshop. So what are you doing for your employees the next 3 months? They're like, oh, we haven't thought about that. And I said, ooh, maybe we should think about that, right?
Yeah.
This is also, you don't have to make a big employee experience program every quarter. Yeah, sometimes maybe it's not time for that, and you can, but at least you should think about it. Is there something we can do for our employees?
Yeah.
Trainings, incentives, any opportunities they have, right? Also fun stuff. I mean, we had German client, he had in his KRs was the Christmas celebration, and we
Mm-hmm.
ticked it off. I mean, at a certain date, you achieved the Christmas celebration with 90% attendance, right? And he worked hard to that. And that was a fun KR, right? It doesn't have to be always so serious. But experience management, customer and employee experience is sometimes the why you implement things
Yeah.
and why you do things. And we really ask our clients or challenge our clients on that to go above typical business OKRs.
Yeah, makes sense. So what I learned from your conversation, I mean, nowadays a lot of business leaders are focusing on one of the key pillar, or the measurable outcome is the customer experience. But what I learned from the conversation, it's not only the customer experience, but our business leaders must also focus on the employee experience, and that will definitely will be a kind of driver that will push your customer experience. So essentially mean that you take care of your employee and your employee will take care of your customer. Is this correct?
Yeah, I mean, we normally say, I'm not 100% with the Richard Branson saying a good employee experience leads to a good customer experience. For me, a good employee experience leads to motivation and engagement. And that's actually the like a little bit the buzzword. It's not so much
Yeah.
about experience, it's about engagement. And that's why we want to have bottom-up OKRs. Everybody can have ideas. Everybody can chip in with innovations. That's what we call engagement. And people also get emotional about things and they fight for things because they say, I have seen that, that's important, let's do that, right? Now, to go really on a good customer experience, there's also a lot of training and standard
Yeah.
processes needed above the experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just providing a great experience on the employee side. I'm here in a co-working space in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. They have a great employee experience, but the first day I came in, their front end was zero trained. You know,
Yeah.
so they were happy and motivated people. They were super friendly, but every question I asked, they had no answer, and I was like, "What?" And it was not really my good
Oh,
CX.
yeah.
So you really need training. You really need
Yeah.
SOPs, right, to really on top. But employee
Yeah.
experience is very important, of course.
Yeah, got it. It's incredible insights, Carsten. So my next question, and where I wanted to know your view, is more with respect to cultural transformation.
Mm.
Since Asia PMO is your grandchild, and you are doing incredible job in terms of OKR as well as customer experience consulting, and I believe one of the pillar is cultural transformation nowadays. I mean, right, data is the new asset, and I mean, there is a lot of talk about data driven culture. So
Mm.
what's your view? I mean, what's your view on data driven culture, how to build in order to make sure that the business leaders are really able to monetize and move into the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. Everybody now in the companies, and especially the decision maker on each level, need data skills. So you have to make sure that people have the right skill set to read, to analyze, to extract data. And you should also democratize data in the company, that the main decision makers, or ideally all the teams, have access to data. That's in some companies, I don't see that yet. Yeah.
Oh,
What we a little bit miss when we just speak about data, because a little bit a cold topic, honestly. We miss a little bit the human side of data.
yeah.
So on customer experience, we speak about data and feedback. So I know, for example, how many percent of my customer in Lazada or in Alibaba put something in the basket, but they don't check out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's say 60%. Okay, put in the basket, don't check out, don't pay. Yeah, um, but the feedback part where I have to speak to people or do surveys and get a little bit more personal is only the part where I find the why. And that's the same thing when it comes down to sales or employee experience. Often the data gives you the right direction.
Yeah.
The data tells you what is missing, what is going wrong, what is the issue, what is the chance in the market. That's data. But the why and how is a little bit more people driven.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we encourage also that skills in the company and also tools with project agile management that people connect and talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So pure
Yeah.
data analysis. I know we are in the age of data, and what I say maybe is a little bit old style, but I don't believe fully in it that you can
Uh-huh.
solve everything with data. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. All right, great, interesting stuff here. So the next thing, I mean, I know that mostly I come from a project management background. You are also doing a lot of consulting in the space of project management. So on behalf of millions of our project manager across the globe, I just wanted to know. I mean, today there are a lot of talk about upskilling, reskilling, digital transformation, intelligent automation, blah blah blah, so many things. And there are thousands of project managers who are on the verge of getting upskilled. They're not sure where to go, how to get started. So, what would be your suggestion based on your experience that what essentially they should be doing in order to make sure that they are relevant into the market space?
Hmm.
Hope I'm clear with my question.
I mean, project management, when you come, for example, like us, as a PMI background, right, which is a great
Mhm.
foundation to have a
Yeah.
PMP, and a lot of people reach the PMP certificate, and it's still very relevant to get jobs. I also got jobs because of that. But PMI is missing a little bit the agile part.
Mhm.
So make sure that above PMI, you go um, into Scrum certificates on top. So get open for the data and IT world, because the
Mhm.
PMI world was a little bit classical sales
Mhm.
operations project management as I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
So please also look into other qualifications, into Scrum Master, for example, which is a good qualification in the IT field. And then what we found out, and I was also a director of PMO in interims director for one of my clients, a fintech in Vietnam. A lot comes down nowadays to action management, which is one level below project management. Yeah. Not everything you manage has to be defined as a project. A lot of startups, a lot of companies which are new in the market, they run pure action management. That means all the teams do actions, and these actions can go into KPIs or into OKRs. Yeah. And can be operational action, doesn't have to be projects all the time, right? So you also need to have the skills as a project manager or a PMO person to facilitate that. In customer experience, it's the same. In customer experience, we work cross-functionally with 7, 8 customer-facing departments and product and IT departments to say, look at the whole life cycle, look at the feedback from the customer, what can we improve? And then these are not projects. These are like improve this script, improve this front end screen. These are small actions. I would not even define them as project, but you need a central unit, which can be PMO, to track them. And don't be too proud and say, no, I only work for projects. No. In the fintech I did, we even, as a PMO, we facilitate the idea management from idea to approval. Because we were the central unit, right? We were the only unit in the company who had full access to all, to the CEO directly and to all the departments. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
did idea management, we did action management, we helped the CX department to coordinate the teams, you know. So we have to look a little bit above
Yeah.
projects.
Okay. So do you also recommend project managers to build the capability in tech space, I mean technology space like AI, analytics, DevOps? Is this something that they will help them to stay relevant and competitive?
It depends what you want to manage as
Oh yeah.
projects in the future or where you
Oh,
want to work, right? I also do IT projects and I learn it on the fly a little bit, but sometimes I have to go deeper. Yeah.
mhm.
It depends what kind of project managers you want to be. I mean, you really want to be directly, or you have to be directly responsible for development, or you have somebody under you who will do that, right? That's the question to ask. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a great question. Yeah.
yeah. So you want to be really a little bit the one who is in the teams and manage that directly, or you are a little bit more high levels and you manage bigger projects where you have your stream leaders, how we call them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good message to the project managers that they need to figure it out their role, what essentially they want to do and what they want to manage. And this entire the value proposition, it's all driven by this question. Yeah.
Yes.
So great. This is all. I mean, this is all for today, and I think it's very interesting and really wonderful conversation with you, Carsten. So thanks a lot for spending your time with us, and definitely this conversation will bring a lot of value to our audiences. So thanks a lot for coming to this tech story, and our audiences. Carsten Lee is available on LinkedIn in case you have any question with respect to OKR, PMI consulting, and more exciting customer experience. Please follow him and approach him. He should be available for you to have any kind of conversation or consulting. So thanks a lot, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Madan, and thank you for everybody listening.